So I had a viewer reach out to me, and this viewer was giving thanks to a message that I left, that I put out for people to hear. And this was talking about people who are not genuine, people that are not real, people that are not genuine. People see you struggling and don't even have the decency to reach down and help you up. They tend to see you in a suffering state. For these people are not genuine. And I just wanted to get on and thank that viewer that left me a comment. Thank you. Sincerely from my heart, thank you for responding. This channel that I created was a give and take situation. It's a conversation, a two-way conversation. It goes, even though it's with several people, it's still a two-way conversation. And it goes back and forth. But unfortunately, many watch and many do not leave comments or leave chance for another thing to be spoken about, or if they have questions, leave something to speak about. So I want to thank you for you all for watching my channel, but this one in particular person that communicated back with me and let me know his thoughts. There has been a few more that has done the same thing, but it's far and few in between that has done it and has left comments and has understand the things I've been speaking. But there are many out there that just do not. They see you struggling and they won't even lend a hand. I said there was no one out here, but at that time I was yet to run into someone that will lend a hand, that will help someone who's fallen and reach out their hand to help this person get up or stand up. But everyone is put in our path for a purpose and a reason. What their reasons are, I don't know. Some of them are karmic, and some of them are here to help you in your journey. I really had no plans to get on to do a video because what I wanted to talk about, I was told not to speak about it, and it was a celestial event for my eyes only. And this is what the Holy Spirit was saying, that, this is, it was for not for me to speak about. This was yesterday during a storm. Some celestial thing happened, and I can't really go into detail, but this is what I wanted to talk about, but I was told not to. And normally I just go off and just do what I want to do, but for some reason I was recording and there was no audio where you can hear. So this was obviously something that was not supposed to be put out, because I was gonna put the video out, but then there was no audio. So at that point, it's like I filmed before earlier, but there was audio, and then all of a sudden when I filmed the next two times, I filmed twice. The first time, and then the second time come around, I filmed two separate times, and there was no audio, and this is when the celestial thing happened. So, and it's just something I can't really speak about or show or anything. Major sign, very rare celestial event, and I have never saw it in my lifetime. I've never saw it in my lifetime. Now my roommate says she's seen it, but I know that's probably a little small white lie, because I have never seen it in my lifetime until yesterday. But I think that was more or less like a competition type of stuff, you you tell someone something, oh, I seen this, and they go, oh, I seen this, like as if what they experience is a lot more higher than what you experience, or it's a lot more important than what you experience, or they try to compete what's what, and there's really no competition. Nobody's trying to compete. But that's what I really wanted to talk about with the celestial event, but the Holy Spirit said no. So I basically have to obey, I guess. But I guess I'm gonna leave this here. I just wanted to get on and leave a message for this individual that left me a really, really heartfelt message. And my dreams have been like really off. Like, I asked for more communication, and I'm definitely getting it, because I'm seeing a lot of stuff, a lot of spiritual stuff, and it's getting more and more intense. It was like that back in 2018. Well, a little bit before then, but it wasn't as much. It seems that it has tripled, especially in the etheric world. Here's what I'm going to say. If you know for a fact someone is struggling you know for a fact that you know someone who's a healer, someone who is um, someone who works with singing bowls, someone who works with tuning forks, someone who is doing things for the masses, doing things for the people, and you know they're struggling, don't leave them there in their struggles. Bring them into the fold, bring them into helping them. Don't just leave them struggling. Don't do that, because if you do that, in the end you're gonna wind up paying for it. And especially if you know it. If you know that someone is speaking ill will of someone, and you go and you jump the bandwagon, and you don't really know what's going on, you don't know who you're jumping on the bandwagon with, and you definitely don't know the person that you are alienating. You can't go around crucifying people for their past when you don't really know what's going on. And the person who's probably telling it is probably not telling the truth. Or they may be giving a partial truth and giving you 10% truth and 90% lies. If you know somebody's name has been ruined, don't, you see them, don't try to drag them down, help them, lift them up. Because as a spiritualist, you're not doing your duty by trying to keep them down. It's like you got two people, and one is trying to both of you are trying to get over the wall, but only one of you can escape. But this person's standing on your back, standing on your shoulders, but they're trying to get across this high wall, and you make it across, but then you don't reach back for that person. You don't take your belt off and throw it over so you can help them get up, or you don't straddle the wall and help them up, if you know somebody's struggling, if you know somebody, if you know that they're having a hard time, if you don't know it, I can understand. But if you do know it, if you do know everyone's shunning someone and you don't know the reason why, and you see this jump on the bandwagon, or you see this gathering of a group that's all like a clique or something, and this person is like outcast, or a couple people are outcast, I'd rather go with the ones that are outcast than the ones that are in group. Because 9 times out of 10, that in group, something's wrong. There's a lot of bickering and backstabbing and stuff like that. There's no honor among thieves. And when you know somebody's struggling, you know this person is trying to get into this community, spiritual community, trying to put themselves out there to be seen, and you sit back and you do nothing, you have no idea who you are entertaining. Because this later on can come to bite you in the rear. And karma don't pay. Use your own assessment, your own judgment on people. Do not go by what else someone else has said, because you don't know what is a lie and what's a truth. This is what I've been experiencing. Like I said, I had a woman that she wanted me to spend my money to buy the stone. It was almost $300 for that stone. But yet she did not want to work with me because she said that I was angry. Well, if you had been put in a situation that you were fight or flight, and this person left you for dead, put you in a situation to where you were to be martyred, blood sacrificed, beat to death, you too, please forgive me. But this will not be sat for children. But of course I'm angry. Of course I was angry, but I'm not angry anymore because I'm over that. That's already done. Water under the bridge, that's finished. But you cannot go and spite somebody for what happened to them in the past because you don't know the whole story. Because why? You are not there to see it. You are not literally standing in the midst of two different people having a conversation. And for me, about a child. But thank the heavens and thank the Holy Spirit that I was not convicted as a felon. Matter of fact, I never even saw a judge. Only for the very first time I walked inside that place, I saw a judge, and it was by a TV screen. And this person was telling me why I was there. But actually convicted for something that I did not do, no, I was never convicted, and I never saw a judge. The only being I saw was my lawyer. That's it. So when you have people trying to mutter your name and just bury your name, and you don't know the reason why, you're not there, you're not seeing what's going on, what's happening, you're not standing there with you, the child, and the person, and you're a witness. If you're not witnessing, why would you be believing? Because it's jump on the bandwagon. Guess what? People that do that, there is judgment upon them. And what comes behind it is wrath. So do not leave someone behind. And especially if you do not know the whole story. If you call yourself a spiritualist, if you call yourself a Christian, a believer, or whatever it may be, do the right thing and help them, because it can very well be you. You can be alienated. You can be outcast. People, humans, turn on a dime. One minute they're your friend, and the next minute they're your enemy. Be kind to everyone that you run across. Be generous. Be helpful. Show that you care. And not because you think that you're going to get grace from the Holy Spirit, but show it because it comes from your heart. Because that's what it's about. It's about love. It comes from your heart. It doesn't come from what's on the back end, what you're going to get from the back end, or are you going to pay me double, like a long shark. That's not how that works. Karma is karma. But the Holy Spirit sees everything. Like I said, the sun never sleeps. The sun is always shining. Whether you think it's night, the sun still shines. It still shines. So don't leave your spiritual people, your brothers and sisters, don't leave them behind. Don't listen to what anyone says. Make your own assessment about the person that you are standing before. Because I'm going to tell you, the Holy Spirit is going to make its own assessment of you and what you do. You never know the being that you are entertaining. And I'm going to tell you, I'm one of those beings that you do not know who you are entertaining. And that's not a front. That's not boasting. That's not bragging. That's not what's the word I'm trying to use? It's just a fact. It's just a fact of who I am. And I'm not trying to use this and say it in a way that is derogatory or mean or anything like that. I'm just saying you just never know. The saying is you never know when you're entertaining an angel. Or for that matter, anyone. You walk the streets and you see all these different people. You don't know who's a priest. You don't know who's a cop. You don't know who's a lawyer. You don't know who's a judge. You don't know any of these people. But you just never know who you're entertaining. Especially when it comes to the Holy Spirit's people. And I'm going to tell you, all will be judged. All. No one goes unjudged. No one. Just make your own assessment on the person that stands before you, because that's what the Holy Spirit's going to do for you. It's going to make its own assessment on your behalf of what you have done. Whether you lend a hand, whether you help someone. I'll give my last to anyone. If I had a lot of money, I wouldn't say I would be broke, but it would be given away mostly. Because I don't care about it. It's not important to me. These things are not really, really important to me. And they're really not that important to me. Money is like the last thing that I really care about. So if I had a lot of money, I would be almost broke. But I know I have something where people can come and receive healing knowledge and gain wisdom. So just if you know someone who is trying to stand up, don't just stand there and just look at them fighting to get up. Help them up. Because it takes more than just forgiving and learning to love. Because if you can learn to love others like you love yourself, you would definitely be helping people up. You are doing yourself a disservice when you don't. But you're only creating karma for yourself, but you're only creating a disheartening of your heart. And it's like what I was trying to say about the money situation. I would be broke, but the thing is that there are times I want to. I'm in the car with my friend, and I would see somebody homeless, and I want to stop and give them money, but and she's like selfish, and that's not what it's about. I don't care what they use the money for. They're happy. They're happy to get it. But if it's somebody who's using drugs or drinking a lot, I'm not gonna go follow them or see what they're doing with it. But at least I'm doing my part. But I know for something like that, you would want to help them stand up, but at the same time, they gotta help themselves as well. But if you know that someone, like when I said there was no one found, yesterday there was someone found. And I've had dealings with this person a few times. And I've done healing work on this person. And he really paid homage to me when he said that you are very talented in your healing abilities. But he just doesn't know that it's not me. It's the Holy Spirit within me. It's not me. It's the Holy Spirit. It's the Holy Spirit that's within me. Because like I said, I am the lamp, and the Holy Spirit is the light, and the light goes within the lamp. If I'd have known why I was chosen, I probably wouldn't have believed it. And I want to cry so bad. But I wouldn't have believed it. But it's not me, it's the Holy Spirit. It's not my power, it's the Holy Spirit's power. The energy that people feel going through them, it's not my power, it's the Holy Spirit's power. I have nothing to do with that. The only thing I have is direction. That's all I have is direction. And the Holy Spirit leads that direction, not me. Many a times I've given healing out and not asked for anything. I seen a guy at Walmart. His mouth was hurting so bad. And I was just going there to go buy peanut butter and crackers for myself that, I was staying in my cousin's car, I just went there to go buy peanut butter and crackers, so I could have something to eat. But I never went to sleep hungry, and I never went to sleep thirsty. I always had energy to eat and drink. But I did healing work on this man. I didn't ask him for a dime. I just did it right there on the spot in Walmart, inside the seated area where they have little seats by the exit door to go back out from Walmart. I didn't ask for anything. And I know I'm supposed to get a change of energy, but there are some times where you just have to help without anything in expectance. And the one thing that really, really gets me is that as much as the spiritual experiences that I've been through, that I've seen, that I've shown, that I've shared, that I've and it just really gets me that my friend does not see it. And I get it, but I don't get it. Because many are at disbelief. Many just do not believe. Just do not believe. I asked my friend, I said, do you pray? She said, yeah. And I said, no, you don't. Um, because if you did, you would not be so angry. I said, are you grateful for the things that you have? She's like, yeah. I said, do you pray? Do you give kalils? Do you give your tithes and kalils? When I say give your tithes, I mean give your gratitude. That's your payment. And I still don't believe that she does, because someone who has gratitude, someone who does pray, they don't complain 24/7. They don't fight. They don't bicker. They're not angry. They don't run around like everyone owed them something. They don't. This is not someone who prays. This is not someone who spiritually inclined and spiritually awakened. Spiritually, just the spirit is just on them. To always be angry, to always be upset, to always be bickering and yelling at people, or thinking that people have to cater to you, or do this or do that, or they're gonna come running, or things are not like you want it to be, or you want it to be set. This is not a person who prays. Why people do the things that they do, what their agendas are. Don't get me wrong, my friend has a good heart. But the problem is that the person I used to be is what this person is missing. And I'm not that person anymore. Not that I was a bad person, but I'm not of the world anymore, is what I'm saying. I don't watch TV. I don't do all this other kind of stuff. I'm always doing kalils, continuously 24/7. Sometimes I can start at 1 in the afternoon or 12 o'clock in the afternoon. I won't be done until like 11, 10 o'clock at night. Like today, it will be one of those nights that I'll be continue doing kalils. My prayers, if you don't understand what I'm saying, it will be all the way up until 11 o'clock tonight. So I'm constantly in kalils, constantly. And she's like, nobody prays that long, nobody does this, nobody does that. Yes, I'm not everyone. I'm committed to what I'm doing. I'm committed to who I am. I'm committed to what I'm here for. I'm committed to prophecy. I'm going to end this here because I'm going on too long. But make your own assessment toward those that you don't know. People can say whatever they want to say about someone, but make your own assessment, make your own judgment. Don't be judged. Don't judge others unless you want to be judged. Basically what I'm saying. So make your own assessment. You see someone struggling. If you call yourself spiritual, you call yourself holy, you call yourself upright, make your own assessment. Don't count anyone out, because that can very well be an angel that you are entertaining or you're not entertaining. or you're not helping. You're not reaching down to help them up. You just watch them trying to get up. You see someone fall out of a wheelchair, you're going to just stand there and look at them and watch them struggle to get back in the wheelchair. You see one of these kids with one of these people with these things with the rings around it, and they got these little hand pieces on it. And you see them walking with these two sticks in their hands with the little handles on them. You see them fall. You're gonna just stand there and just watch them and see how they're gonna get up and think it's entertaining. That's not entertaining. You are doing yourself a disservice when you know that someone is struggling, especially if it's in the spiritual community. Especially if it's in the spiritual community. Church community, no matter what community it is, if it's something to do with the Holy Spirit and you're not helping, you're not acknowledging, you're not asking, you're not seeing if they need help, you're not seeing if they need help, you're doing yourself a disservice and everyone else. And you're going to be accountable for it. Like I said, no one get past judgment. No one. But this has been my time. I would say learn to love each other like you love yourself. Learn to forgive and live and let go. For this is your salvation. Till next time, the one